All right. Howdy, 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 howdy. It is 2003. How's my mic sound, by the way? It's been like, what, 2 weeks? I took like a 2-week break from streaming. And so this is now the first stream of 2003 for me. Does it sound good? Okay, good. Usually, usually if I have to take a break, and I did take one for 2 weeks because I got super busy. Said you moved or something? I haven't moved yet. That will be happening this year sometime. Let me discuss that before I go in the Sok-worlds, because that's gonna affect, like, you know, the amount of streaming I'm gonna do for quite a bit until I get that process done. But 2003, yeah, I wish. Can we go back to 2003 or 2013 even? Because that would be good. I've had enough of this 2020 nonsense, honestly. I'm hoping this year will be good for once, but I'm not going to have too high expectations. I'm just going to take it. Whatever happens, you know. But yeah, I've got a lot going on, and like, you know, I got probate stuff going on, so waiting on that, waiting on approval for certain things before I can finally move on to the next step of that, which is just like, you know, distributing assets, and then finally getting to a point where I can maybe think about selling the place that I'm in, and like I gotta find a new house and all that fun stuff, and that's gonna take a lot of time. And you know, I may have to take did I say 2003? What? I said 2013. I said 2003, 2013. So but yeah, I gotta we thought you were joking about the house thing? Or about the year thing? I don't know. You guys are confusing me. I'm not listening to you anymore. But yeah, I actually have to move. I have to seriously, like, you know, I gotta sell a house and seriously, like, move this year. A lot of huge life transition stuff. So you actually said 2003 at the start. It's because I talk really fast. So sometimes when I talk, words, let's go back to 2003. Thing is sometimes when I say words, I say them so fast that like numbers or letters will get like, whatever. I'm not going to go on a fucking tangent about whether I said 2023 or 2003 or 2013. It's whatever. Yeah, fuck it. Anyways, it would only be like 5 in 2003 though. You can't watch the stream. I don't know. You would be 5 because you're a baby. How many of you were babbies in 2003? Unless you don't want to get like dox yourself. Oh, speaking of, yeah, I will be turning, not yet, but like I will be turning 37 next month. So that's another thing. I'm getting like, what, that'll make me 3 years closer to 40? No, 2 years. Something like that. 2 or 3 years. Yeah, I will be hitting 40. It's just like, already. Jesus Christ. I'm still gonna be doing this shit though. As long as nothing gets in the way, I'm still gonna be doing this kind of stuff unless I, you know, change my mind and move on to something else. You're born in the 80s, the 1880s. But yeah, you all are a bunch of Zubers. Actually, a lot of Benny's community, like, because a lot of you are from that community, it's a hodgepodge of, like, mostly people in their early 20s, which is not surprising, because a lot of, like, back when before I was, like, in the Vinesauce community, I was kind of, like, I was in and out of, like, Game Grumps one. I didn't get super hardcore into the Game Grumps community like I did with the Vinesauce. Like, getting into YouTuber communities was kind of like a weird concept anyways for me back then. And like, I kind of learned, cause I did go to some events where they would have like shows and stuff. That was like later on, in the Game Grumps thing. But I learned how many like younger people were a part of those things. Let's see, if YouTube analytics is to be believed, most of Benny's audience is late 20s. Early or late, yeah, somewhere in there. You guys are in your 20s. And then, like, you know, we have people who are in their 30s and closer to Vinny's age here and there. Like, I've met them, but it's not as much as, like, people in their 20s that I've met in this community, which is fine. It's a weird mix, but I can deal with it. But anyways, yeah, the moving thing, the life transition stuff this year, like with the big moving and everything like that, that's gonna affect how much I stream. So there's gonna get to a point where I can't stream at all, and I can't do anything on the computer, maybe like phone stuff maybe. So just, keep that in mind. I'll be super busy. So right now, in terms of streaming stuff, maybe like 2 streams at most, but one, like, if anything, it'll just be like 1 stream like today, like on a Friday or something each week until that moving thing happens, which I expect it to happen at least, maybe in 3 months, at the most 4 months. I don't want it to take that long anymore because I'm going insane being in this house. I need things to finally, like, I want to get out of here, it's time to move on and go to a new place. I did find a new place. I have my eye on one. There's one out there. As long as nobody, like, takes it before the time I'm actually ready to get a place, and that would be good. I did show some pictures of some people, but I'm not going to show on here. I will say the funny thing, I found some weird fucking places on, like, Redfin and stuff. That's where I usually look. Like, Redfin's kind of a good place to look for houses, but there's some weird fucking, like, it gets memed a lot, too. You'll find some weird pictures. Like, whatever, the people selling these places, helping to sell them, like, it doesn't matter what they put up. They'll put up anything. Like, I've seen like some trash houses. I've seen some cursed houses. Like, there's one picture, and I think I may have put it on my Twitter. Don't buy a haunted place. Rick, I'm actually kind of worried about that. Because, okay, I'm more of a, I'm like kind of, where am I in terms of my beliefs? I'm like agnostic leaning atheist in a way. Or I'm more of a sciencey person, right? But due to certain things that happened in my childhood and other people, I still can't help but be a little superstitious about shit. But like, the one place that I'm getting that kind of bothered me, because I mentioned this in my Discord. If you guys don't mind me talking about this stuff before I go into Sok-worlds, because it's been a while. I took like 2 weeks, so I might as well ramble about some stuff before I get into that. You think the supernatural exists? I have a theory. I have my own stance about belief stuff. I think I mentioned it in like I could have swore I mentioned it in Johnny's chat during like a Persona stream or something. But there is a science to stuff when it comes to beliefs, and not like in a like weird like hocus pocus kind of way. There might be a weird science thing behind it, and it's more psychological than anything. Like how certain things, shared concepts between people can affect you, a mass amount of people psychologically so much that it can actually influence like your actions and stuff. I do believe in the power of concepts. That's one thing I do believe in. So yeah, stitious. But anyways, this place I looked at that I was kind of iffy is I'm a little, I have my reasons for being iffy about like stuff that has a lot of Christian things in it, like crosses. Like you would think, okay, to anyone else, I suppose even to someone who's like a Christian or when it comes to symbology, you would think that you're saying stands are real. Who knows? Maybe. In virtuality, you could probably make it happen. Virtual reality. I've experienced that because I found JoJo avatars, and I have JoJo brain rot, so now I'm looking for VRC avatars and having stand battles with them. It's great. Anyways, this place had crosses in it, and like you would think that like crosses are supposed to be a good thing, right? Crosses with Jesus on them. I don't associate them. In the past, like, with my experience when it comes to religion and people associated with it, more often than not, I'm gonna fucking tell you right now, a lot of the places that had like some tie to religion and had crosses in them, usually tend to like people talk like mention demon stories and ghost stories more in those places than not. It's like, oh, okay, you have like crosses and stuff. You think that would like keep those things away. But like, they seem to mention those things happening a lot more in those places than not. So your mom coated your house in crosses, so it's comfy at this point. I'm not used to it. I tend to associate it with bad things. So this place I'm looking at had like crosses everywhere. They like had crosses in this kitchen, a big old cross in the bathroom, because, you know, just in case Jesus needs to keep an eye on you when you take a shower so the demons don't come in and give you the bad touch. And like a cross right up the top of a bed, you know, like a place where you'd probably be doing it just in case you want to invite Jesus along, you know, like that one meme. Make sure Jesus approves. You know, you gotta ask Jesus for consent first. Okay, let me read. The crosses are to keep things away. Yeah, but I swear, like, some of these places they must attract demons or something with the crosses. Let me see here. Life's just funnier with ghosts. You know, I could go on a whole, maybe someday we'll talk about ghosts and the science of it, because there is something about like vibrations and like, if you're someone who gets in like string or M theory, that kind of opens your brain to the possibility that there are entities that exist in another dimension that might vibrate at a different frequency than you, and that may allow like the possibility of those things appearing in our dimension, like through that very thin layer, and making it seem like they're ghosts. That shit, there's so many layers to that kind of shit. I don't want to like go into it because I'd be talking for like a million years, I think. That stuff fascinates me though. Like I always like the idea of like actual science being used to explain like phenomenon like that, or us discovering things, you know, through our existence that might explain those things, instead of it being just, you know, shit that happens out of thin air and we don't have an explanation. So, I mean, in history, it's been that case where, you know, people who don't have like the research or the science will just like believe, you know, something happening is like an act of like God or you know, whatever, and then like science is able to explain it later. So I'm still of the belief that science could explain those things happening eventually. I'm someone who likes like theories on like I guess string theory and M theory are similar. I forgot which one is like, I think M theory comes after string theory. It's like a variation on M theory, but like basically it's like how you have like layers. We're on one layer, and like there's different layers that where something could exist in a different form, basically. So yeah, I won't go into it too much now. Okay, I think I've got whatever I needed to talk about out of the way for now. Just keep in mind, you know, stream schedule could be affected just due to life stuff, so that will happen. Let's have some fun though for now. Reality is just an onion. Exactly, yeah, it's like an onion. Layers of an onion. Except I think in M theory, it's more like a fucking cake or something, like layers of a cake. And we're like in between, the layer that we're on is like in the middle somewhere. And like, yeah, you'd have to watch videos on it. If you're interested in like M theory stuff, watch some videos. You'll find it really fascinating. I promise you it won't be too complicated. Usually they're pretty good at explaining that shit. How you doing, Law Dog? Jirma is a duende. What the fuck are duendes? People keep mentioning that, like, lately. What the fuck is a duende? Is that some sort of, like, cryptid or something? Alright, let's get Sok-worlds going, please. Before I go on a tangent. Joel is getting it popular. It's a gnome-type creature? Oh, Spanish goblins? Okay, that sounds like fun. Let's get, Sok-worlds going. Goblins and dwarves in Hispanic culture. Are they hairy by chance? Because, a lot of mythological creatures I have seen, like, variations of in, like, Spanish culture tend to be hairy. Like, I don't know why. Like, they tend to have, like, hairier parts to them. For some reason. They never get a clear video of them. Okay. Give me a second here. I'm, like, getting cords wrapped around my feet. Joel's been doing media shares of cryptid creatures, and the duende was the first episode. I'll have to take a look at that. That sounds like fun. I always like shit like that. It's more than a meme. It has Wikipedia proof and quotations. Good. So I've got Sok-worlds here. I did some exploring last night because I might be potentially throwing a list of Vinny. So I was like, okay. Actually, here's the thing. Friend is a duende also. Yeah, he is gnome-like, isn't he? He's like he's a little guy, that ends up showing up wherever. And a bit supernatural in a way, isn't he? So I was actually, I think I was like contacted by one person, and then I had a comment and stuff through YouTube, by another person that was like, hey, they're asking when I was gonna be streaming, Sok-worlds again, because there's a bunch of new worlds. Now, you might know, because me and Vinny have streamed this game, it kind of blew up in popularity again. There's more people who are making maps for it now, because of me and Vinny. Probably more so Vinny, because he's got a bigger audience and is able to get that out there, the exposure more. But so there are people making a lot of worlds again. So I went through a bunch last night. I only did it based on likes to kind of help filter, because there's a lot. It was like tons of pages to go through. So I was going through a list. I only briefly checked out a lot of new worlds that I wanted to put on a list for Vinny. So I'm actually going to check them out now. And some of them are made by chat members because they have references. Without you, Vinny probably wouldn't have discovered it. Here's the thing about Sok-worlds. The way I found it was because it was suggested to Vinny way back. Like, I want to say 2 years? No, actually, probably 3 years. 3 or 4 years ago, maybe. Because I had, I still haven't gotten around to making a world again. I had mentioned on one of my other Sok-world streams that I did make a world. I was working on Egyptian world, but it was on a different version of Sok-worlds before it ever was put on Steam. So I think it was on itch.io first. Must go through a long list of suggestions. It's piling up. Like, I've been busy. I guess the thing, you know, he gets sent so much stuff that and like maybe it's not always convenient to play certain games on a certain day, and maybe we want to like put certain games together. He gets sent so much stuff that like things get buried, and you know, we forget, and there's not as many people checking stuff anymore. And then now, because I've been like terribly busy this past year, and that'll continue to happen too, like until I get settled in a new place. So like he's been going through stuff on his own too lately. So he'll just kind of like, you know, decide to do stuff on his own without having anyone check stuff. And he's been like doing his own vetting. So there's a lot of stuff that's been piling up. And then I'll once in a while like remember something or get reminded to be like, hey, let me like dig through what we have and see if that would be a good thing. Sok-worlds was one of those old things. I forgot what reminded me of it though. It might have been Sphinx, because Sphinx sometimes, you know, he'll get suggested stuff and it'll pop up again. Like we'll get repeat stuff because it'll like someone else will like remind us or you know, because I'm pretty sure Sphinx may have came across this again and posted. And I'm like, oh, that's right, there was this game, and so I just decided to like stream it on my own, and then eventually he ended up streaming it again. Stacklands coming back up. Okay, yeah, Stacklands is another one I am incredibly fascinated in. It was also posted to him like years ago, and I tried to look through it because Stacklands is one of those like virtual world games. I think it was around in the 90s, possibly. I don't know if it's like or if I'm confusing it with something else. Maybe Flatlands. There's something called Flatlands too, maybe. Oh, that's right. Stacklands is the one that Sock Pop Dev made. I'm thinking of Flatlands because Flatlands is something similar, but Flatlands is basically like a virtual world using images and stuff that actually was around the late 90s. So some like it's similar to VRML stuff that I've shown before, but actual like game devs and stuff made their own Flatlands to promote their games. Like there's a Tomb Raider one that I saw, but with Flatlands, it's actually a lot harder to access these worlds because you have to go through some client and you have to see if they still work or not. I have to look at Stacklands. Oh, Stacklands is a card game. Okay. Yeah, it's completely different then. He's been suggested that, yeah. It's just he gets so many suggestions that it's like it's so hard to like get through everything. Especially if you're only streaming that kind of stuff like 1 day per week. It just piles up. So you've gotten some soft pop games before to see how the rest of them play. Yeah, he gets a lot of stuff. It's just a lot. Yeah, I've also seen the Goose Goose Duck game suggested. I was made aware of it recently as well. So I'll have to look on that as well. People are saying it's like Among Us with ducks, which sounds really fascinating to me. Okay, so let's start looking at some worlds. I've got a list here, and some of them are made by people who watch Vinesauce, so you may see some references to Vinny or Redbox. There wasn't like a whole lot, but there's some cool ones in here. First one is going to be Borealis. Borealis. By the way, some of these aren't going to have music. I don't know if I have any music convenient for this, so I'm just going to explore these without music, because it's some of these actually do have music. It's just kind of like tedious to switch on and off music for these, so let's keep it off for now. Let's see. Seeing Duck Goose, and for the longest time it looked like a low effort Among Us clone, but seems to have stuck around and actually gotten alright. Deserted Desert? Wait, did you see something by Desert P? I haven't, like, there's probably a lot of stuff I missed. Here's the thing, this list isn't in, like, too terribly long. So if, I plan to go maybe like an hour and a half, whether there's something like that. If it's a little too short, we'll actually just look around at what's new. Because there's probably, do you worry some worlds will become outdated when it updates? Is this gonna get an update at all? Like, I haven't heard anything about an update for this. Did they actually plan to update it? Because it really needs to be updated, like, badly. There's a lot of stuff this thing could really use in terms of, like, searching, the loading, world creation. You think that happens with Dreams? This one hasn't been updated in a long time, though, so I don't know if the devs... It's gotten popped up back in popularity, but I don't know if it's enough for them to, like... I mean, a lot of people are making worlds, so maybe. Yeah, it takes... That's the thing. This is gonna take a while to load. These really elaborate worlds can take a while to load because, oh, there's the shroom, you can see that. Because of the amount of images that they incorporate to create these layered environments. Like, this one's really nice, what they did with the water. Just make entirely new games so the old worlds stay compatible. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with, like, you kind of worry with, like, things like VR chat, too, because, the thing with VR chat is certain components in older worlds end up breaking all the time because of updates. Like, the updates just break shit. Mostly that happens to video players, though, and some other prefabs. And certain, like, things that are typical in VR chat maps, the updates just fucking break them, so you have to just kind of rely on, like, people reporting it, or you gotta, like, kind of keep an eye on your maps when there's an update and go make sure to test it again. We're in Canada. Oh yeah, let me check that cabin, by the way. See, finding so many nice worlds and the video players are just trash. Yeah, it sucks too. It's possible a lot of creators just, like, hit the road after that the one incident with BRC and the EAC thing. So that's what I heard. Like, it kind of sucks that happened. Cause I heard that Neos isn't that better. Like, I don't know. I was gonna try Neos myself, but I was like, yeah, it wasn't quite one. Too many restrictions. Actually, the biggest restriction, let me read this here real quick. Map made by Magic Muffin Man, aka Happiest Doge. It's not someone I'm familiar with in the community. Passion Reignited by Vinny Vinesauce. Then you have Shroom here. So some of these have, like, little things like that. For some reason, this is, like, still loading. I'm annoyed at people breaking their maps in protest. Oh, I didn't know they did that. You shouldn't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Or, like, taking them down entirely. I think maybe some of them probably re-uploaded them to Neos, but Neos is built differently. Let's check out some other areas here. Neos is built differently, and I think the issue with Neos, and this is something encountered because there's a lot of social media migration too. Because I popped in to look at co-hosts for a little bit because people were bitching it, but the one thing that scares me is when a platform is original content only, which I get it. I get it. Like, you don't want people uploading stuff that they don't own, but that means like I feel like fan content helps a lot with boosting people. Like fan content helps to get people their foot like in how do you describe it? If you want to like get your foot into something like a hobby and get your name out there, I feel like fan content's the best way to do it. It always has been. Like fan content is just amazing. Like, you know, when people make works of stuff that exist, and when you have some sort of policy that strikes that down, it's gonna hurt a lot. You're gonna cut down the amount of content people are gonna be able to create, you know? No one knows who you are if you start with the original set. Yeah, you kind of have to like, that's the reality of it. You kind of have to latch onto something to get your, TTRPG space is having that issue right now. Oh boy. Creator content on YouTube, now they want them out. Yeah, it's, oof. I don't agree with it at all, because a lot of the, amazing people sometimes start out with, like even, like, let's take something I've done. Modification, like game mods and stuff. That would be a no-no in that policy. Like, I learned how to do stuff through, you know, you can do crazy things with mods. I've seen, like, just amazing stuff that people can do when they modify stuff in games. Don't trust them. Are these monks? It's a nice little frozen temple. But yeah, if you know, slash out, like, you know, you can't do mods or anything like that, you're just cutting out so much content. So yeah, this is an amazing world, by the way. I'm like rambling about fan content, but it's been a long day. Don't let it get to you. Oh, wow, look at this big like area here, viewing out in the ocean. Fan content is how a lot of people gain fans and make original content that gets popular. Yeah, it's a ton of people start out with fan stuff first, and then you know, they kind of get their name out there, and then eventually they start doing their own thing. I think one person like example of that is like Rice Pirate. There's a lot of animators that end up doing it, like Mick, I think his name is Rice Pirate or something. He's really the JoJo, and he did a lot of like fan animations first, and then he started working on his, eventually, like after a while of having his name out there, he started working on his own original series that's sort of like inspired. It's very JoJo inspired, but it's not JoJo, so I haven't kept up with it in a while, so I don't know like how that series is going. I just remember like many years ago, that's what he started doing, is his like own series. The little kid, oh look, Minecraft Steve is here. A lot of like, this place has a lot, oh shit, I didn't even see this. There's a Joel reference in here. What happened in here? Here lies Swedish Jewel. Jewel? Jubbles. I like calling him Jubbles. I don't know why. Undertale's a very good example of that. What did that start with? Because the guy, one of the people involved with it, Toby Fox is involved with Homestuck, was he not? And he did game mods. He actually did game mods, like Verbound and everything, before he started doing Undertale. Wonder how laggy this was while making, oh god. I haven't like done the world creation stuff in a while, so I don't know how bad it is. Like working on something while it's trying to like load parts to it. Okay, so I went in there. What else did I miss here? He worked with Taito and make tons of games. Really? Okay, so I guess I'm already... There's a werewolf and a cat here. I'm guessing I saw everything? Did I see everything here? In this map? It's a lot. Okay. And there's the monks, and the pirate area. Okay. I think I got everything. This is Borealis. The more images you put, the longer it takes to make. Ugh. That's why I wish they would actually, update this game. It needs it, like, badly. Yeah, I like the really detailed maps. Next one is Finnish NewYear by... Oh, I forgot to put the person's name on there. I'll have to make sure to do that. This should be good. Finnish... Oh, Okxa? Let me make sure I put that down. Okxa. Okxa? Winter here has been so mid. We had a little bit of snow and ice. Enough to where I slipped and fell on my fucking knee. Like back near Christmas. I'm better now, but yeah, it's gone now though. Like most of our winters are just rain, and I'm fine with that. I'm not a big fan of snow or ice. So especially like, you know, slipping on the fucking ice. And the cold weather, so it's gone. The knee, yeah, my knee is completely removed. Yeah, I replaced it with like I don't know. What would you replace your knee with? A metal ball or something like that? Oh my god, 2 kg common whitefish. I'm probably gonna come across like Finnish memes that I have no idea. Titanium. Amazing. I don't know if we have any Finnish folks in chat or people of like that, you know, that area up there that can confirm if real. I feel like this would be something that probably happened in Canada too. Like any any area. Holy shit. Yeah, the fucking moose. I mean, I'm pretty sure people know not to try and like you gotta be a dumbass to have your car face to face with like a moose, because that moose would fucking destroy your car. It would just devastate it. Random cat here. Oh, here's a vine shroom with the fucking... Oh, I forgot who's that's somebody's emote, right? Is that Joel's emote? Is that Vinny's? That's the oh, I forgot who the fuck that guy is. I forgot who that was. Like, it's on the tip of my tongue, but Hide the Pain Herald. Oh yeah. But whose emote is that? I'm pretty sure that's somebody's emote. Let's go in here and see what's going on. Passed out with Finlandia. Internet historian uses him as a mascot. Oh yeah, that's right. 2023. Wow, they actually found a picture, 2023 picture to put in here. Let's see, we got some old VCRs. God, this looks like my house with the fucking old shit lying around. NES, wood floors, San Miguel, Googles. VHS players in the year of our Lord. I have a bunch that's just left over from family stuff here. I have some really fucking old VCR players. They're probably worth something, maybe. Kebab. Sausage and French fries. That sounds really good, actually. That looks like a fucking, I guess you get, well, I mean, this kind of shit's everywhere now. It's not like a Finnish thing at all. But... okay, I think that's it for that map. Pretty good one. Happy 2003! Did I mention what happened to me? I experienced Y2K. I think I probably mentioned it during, Videobum has a Herald, but that one is a bit different. Gonna get them graded? I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes grading, you gotta be careful when it comes to grading, because it's kind of, sometimes it's a scam, and, I don't know. At least when it comes to video games. Let's see, next one is Private Study by Soren Hot Dogs. You mentioned the mouth outrunning the brain? What? The mouth outrunning the brain? What does that mean? When did I say that? Yeah, I experienced Y2K. I was like, I remember like everyone fear-mongering about machines and shit like that. Not working or coming to an end when 2000s hit, and I was actually paranoid for a while, and then it just didn't happen, and I don't know. I was a kid back then. It was just the dumbest shit, honestly. I hated everyone was fear-mongering about that fucking shit. And it'd been easy, but I'm proud of you. Always roll with the punches and pushing on through. Is that lyrics from Redbox? I don't remember. This one's Private Study. First map. Ain't perfect, but I think it worked out okay. So yeah, we have another light. Reven's here, which is pretty fucking awesome. That they did that. Wait, what is that? Oh no! That emoji has like the green M&M energy. Secret emoji there. We got green, got a vine shroom here. They have like hidden emojis everywhere there's a hot dog. The commercials about Y2K problem were super funny. Let's see, Y2K didn't happen because there was a massive push by computer engineers to fix everything. Really? I didn't know that. I thought it was just something that like people were just bullshitting about. Let's see, when you were a kid and you went outside and looked at the sky waiting for the world to blow up during Y2K and it didn't, so I just went back in and played video games. Yeah, I thought things were gonna fucking end too. Personal collection of my one clown. The clowns in the closet. That's where they need to stay. Can I actually jump out here? No, but there's ducks out there. And emojis in the back. Sometimes you can get, oh, I got myself stuck. Yeah, I don't think you can actually, get through here. Because the window's very small. I think it's just layered to provide, like, scenery in the back. Pretty good map, though. 2012, everyone was waiting for the apocalypse. Yeah, I think by that time I was like, nah. Everyone's like dooming about something, so I just didn't give a shit. You couldn't identify any Finnish memes in that world, at least any I could remember aside from Herald. On the topic of VHS, Nuki sold for 80K. Why? Doesn't Red Letter Media have a bunch of copies of that? Or is it just like, do you think like the value of that went up because of them? Or was it just something that was already hard to find before that? Because I'm not entirely educated on like the thing with Nuki. They destroyed all their copies. Oh. No, I don't keep up with the Red Letter Media. Like I guess there's a lot of stuff that I'm bad about keeping up with. Let's see, they graded a copy, auctioned it for charity, and put all the copies in a wood chipper. Oh, they fucking graded it. That's why. That's the grading shit. Like there's, I mentioned though, that is funny about the grading thing, because there was a video going over the WADA. You guys remember hearing about the WADA stuff, the WADA grading, like artificially like bumping up. Money went to charity. Well, that's good. That's good. But like the water stuff, you know, artificially bumping up like the fucking prices of video games, like just into insane amounts, and it's kind of like a scam, you know, in a way. So it's just, I don't know, it's just fucking ridiculous. Let me get my list out here. Let's see, they did the make fun of the speculative grading market. Yeah, it's just, oh god. So I'm not gonna get. I have some stuff that people probably would grade in my gaming collection. I have a lot of like, you know, some rare PS2 stuff, like Kuon being the one thing I always mention. That I have seen a graded copy of Kuon, and it fucking pissed me off because it's like, yeah, the problem with the grading stuff is that now that video game. Granted, there's, you know, people are pretty good about archiving stuff digitally, so there are digital versions if you want to access it. No, I don't actually have Roll Rose. I thought about getting it, but it's just like, I don't, the issue with Roll Rose is that it's actually not that great of a game. It kind of sucks as, it actually, the gameplay wise, it actually fucking sucks from what I've seen. Like it's an interesting game. It's one that Atlas published, and it's like the printing of it stopped because it was like it got banned. But and that's like the thing that kind of bumps up the price of it. It's rare in that sense, but otherwise, like gameplay wise and everything, it's just I don't know. It does. I mean, it's an interesting game. Like the whole like. It's hard to really explain. You'd have to like look it up because it's got like, it's a horror game, but it's like, it's kind of like very few horror games have like touched the subject of what it tries to do, pretty much. It almost feels like what is that book? It's very Lord of the Flies-esque thing going on in that game, but like the gameplay itself is not that good. It wasn't enough. Like, I know about the rarity of the game. I've actually seen it in retro gaming shops. Like, I've seen it in glass cases there. Usually go for like, back when I saw it though, this was back when, it was around the same price as Kuon when it was only like $300. Now it's probably like an insane price now. It's probably like 800 or 1,000 now. Just fucking ridiculous. You know, there are ways to actually go and play it though if you want to. It wasn't, I find it interesting, but it's not enough for me to actually play it though. Kuon, on the other hand, was like a Japanese a survival horror themed after like the pre-feudal era of Japan, and it just hits all the like notes for me in terms of my interest, so that's why. It was more, it was something I wanted to actually play and that I have in my collection. So a lot of the games that I have collected are things that I'm actually interested in playing and not just because they have value. So that's the thing. Like, that's what hurts me about, like, you know, when people collect games and just keep them locked away and they never touch them, because I actually like the games that I actually have, and I still have a lot I still need to play, but the games I actually have, I like to play them, like, you know, I don't like to have them collect dust. So second Rido game for like $100. Let's see, so Urban for a ton in a New York City store. Second Rido game for $100. I actually have like a lot of the SMT games on PS2, save for Nocturne, because I just never got around to getting Nocturne when it actually was available. They'll collect games, but for some limited races, you skip them up and try to find them to play later. Let me see here real quick before I go to the next map. I'll check that out later, by the way, as well. Let me see. Explain a lot about on Roll Rose and its rarity. You guys can check that out. I'll have to check that out later. Let me move on to the next map here before I go into a whole spiel about the. So next map is Vinesauce Woods by Baphomet. It's an interesting subject, though. Like, you know, thing that's been going on. What? Did I miss a map? Apparently I'm missing maps, because I did not check this one. Vinesauce Vinny, 10, that's got 10 likes. I'll have to, let me check that one first, because I feel like I'm missing maps on my list. Because the search thing for Sok-worlds is a little funky sometimes. It doesn't always show everything, even if you put in like the words right. Sometimes it just like, it gets a little weird about it. So I wish they'd update this. It's a little funky. I don't know if he checked this one out or not. Well, there's a mushroom. You feel the same way about vinyl. Buy them because you want to listen to them. Don't get people buying them just to have it on display in a frame. I got lucky and I have a lot of the vinyl that I have. Like, I bought stuff on my own and from like secondhand stores and some new stuff, but a lot of the vinyl that I have is like hand-me-down type stuff. Just a lot because my grandpa used to do jukeboxes. So you probably seen me rant about how great they are before. Love to lick games are all beautiful, artsy jank, and charming by design. Yeah, they've got some interesting stuff. Isn't their model something like if the game does well, it will get updates? I have not heard of updates yet. Vinny Vinesauce from the news. Did he not like check this one out? Pizza man. This image is bugged and never spawned. Ignore it. Okay. I could have swore he actually did this one. He may have actually. You don't think so? Okay. I'll have to include it on the list then, just because I'm trying to put, Did I actually play it? I don't know. You don't recall this when he streamed it? Okay, I'll make sure to put that on the list. It's just very, very simple map, but, it is Vinesauce related, so I'll probably put that on there and make sure I remember it. Okay, let me go. The next one's actually like really elaborate here. Vinesauce Woods by Baphomet. As a gold play button, oh god. I don't know what stream I was told, and I probably missed, because I haven't been able to keep up with everything. Of course, I get busy, so I can't watch everything. But I was told about the gold play button thing, and how people want him to melt it into a cock when he hits. Can anyone actually check what he's at right now? I might be able to suggest something to him, but I'm not gonna say what it is. Vinny gonna get gold in the worst possible time. Yeah, what is he at right now in terms of subscribers? He's 100K, okay, so it's probably gonna be a while. Oh, this is gonna take a while. There's a lot to this. 940K, oh, that's not bad. That means he's getting halfway there. Now, are we talking about, here's the thing, are we talking about the main Vinesauce channel? It was the main one, right? Not the full sauce. Gold play button even have enough gold to melt it down into anything? I don't know. Is it just gold plated? Is it just mostly metal and then like a very thin layer of actual gold or some shit like that? Full sauce is at 500. He's not gonna, yeah, I mean, no, but Johnny, I have something I can suggest though. He doesn't have to actually melt it, you know. He doesn't have to actually melt that. He can just pretend, right? He can pretend and let it be anyone who's here. Let's keep that our secret. He can pretend to melt it. And we might be able to suggest something, you know, that it could be fake melted into. I know people want to melt it into a gold cock, so I have something I can when you melt out gold, you're basically stripping away 90% of impurities for 10% of raw resource. Huh. Let's see. Duck says, Zip Zoom, I heard Vinny is having a party, but the bridge to his house is out. Better find another way there. So this map has a lot of, paths in it. Welcome to the Whoo village. Have you seen my friend? Last I checked, he was practicing his kazoo stills. Why is it a donkey, though? So we have the gnome village. Meme gnome. Maybe he would pretend that he pretends to melt it? I don't even know. Don't trust the electric rat. It traumatized my turtle. The task I ask of you, you will perform? Of course. Oh, yeah. the meme, crush my cock with a rock. This is Staten Island. He handled Bean's PC just fine. Yeah, that's because he had a spare computer to destroy. There's Peekapoo with coffee. Cool stuff. So I got a bunch of different paths here. Let me see. I'm the public troll and I demand a toll. If you wish to go over there, you must reach for your nether region and give me your hair. Oh boy. Never before seen wonder. The absolute best, you won't regret it. Look behind it. Oh, I fucked it up. Hopefully he doesn't do what I just did. Follow the arrows. I'll tell him to follow the arrows so he doesn't look at the other thing first. But yeah, the clown hole. Amazing. I love it. Let's go through here. Let's see. If you're looking for gold to mess around with, Gold Leaf is actual and genuine carat gold, but it's also dirt cheap and can be bought for $12 online. It's kind of tacky decor, is wrapped in an overpriced food to serve with. I don't think I'd be melting any gold myself, but I think there's something that we can get to emulate, something melted into a gold cock. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Rat porn? Rat porn? Is that being rat porn? Hey, my screw, I really appreciate that you like my toxicology skills. Now I can't read today. It's late. Now can I interest you in this new and innovative business venture? NFTs, also known as not funny trash. I can set you up with a very low quality. I can't fucking read today. Yet valuable, I swear. Image of this butt ugly monkey that you do not physically own. So what do you say, my dude? Just want a gin and tonic. I think if I try and do that voice for too long, my brain starts to melt. The scrub voice? But try to do the scrub voice for too long. It causes my brain physical pain. Here we have the funny coin monkeys. Vine Rising. I think because I am an entity that's not built for vocalizing and more, I am a human being built for, my brain for thoughts. I think more than I talk. And so when I actually do talk, it actually expends more energy than it would if I thunk, if that makes sense. Did I presume there's something wrong with your connection? Good Vine Rising. Like, that's the fucking thing, though. I can actually, like, alter my voice, in quite many different ways, but I rarely use it. Okay, where do I want to go here? It's like an untapped potential. Like, I can actually probably sing, too, in very specific voices, but it's just so, it eats away my energy, and so it's really hard for me to do. Here's Vinny. Here it is. Here he is. It's him. It's exactly him. What we got here? Vinesauce, the gold bee, aliens, Scoot the dog. We got Switch, guitar, cake, meat, gaming stuff, real Vinny. If you internally think a lot, talking can exhaust you because it's constant use of physical muscle. Yeah. I'm just a goblin. I'm a thunk brain goblin. I cannot talk for too long. Actually, I think it's because I don't even talk that much during the day. How did you develop your public speaking? You come off natural. I don't know. I don't know because I don't even, like, talk at all. Like, I am someone who can go many days without talking to anyone in real life except saying, like, one or two things. And I mean, maybe I could blame it on, like, singing to my cat. Maybe that's, like, the most... If there's anything I do the most in the day, if I'm not talking to people, it's singing to my cat. And maybe that's why? I don't know. I would say if you look at, on my main channel, I might have some really, really early stuff when, some early stuff when I try to do streaming or anything like that, and I do sound rough. Like I don't project my voice or anything at all. So I think if you do, what can help is if you, here's the thing. With my main YouTube channel, before I started doing streaming regularly, there's a lot of things where I'm just explaining stuff in, you didn't play MMOs often? No, I didn't that much. I played some of them. Like, I played, like, DFO, Vindictus, I played a little, like, Black Des and stuff, but I didn't play stuff like that often. And I didn't play, I wasn't big on multiplayer games where I would use my voice because, like, when I was getting accused of being, like, a little boy, like, my voice was always an issue, like, in multiplayer games. Like, it was always an issue. Like, it's still, I'm pretty sure even now my voice is an issue because, like, it's a very specific, it sounds in a very specific way, and depending on who I'm around, it could be really low. You guys won't hear, how, and I've probably mentioned it before, you guys, even now, like, even if I try to speak low to you guys are probably not going to hear how low it can actually get because, the only people I actually use the lowest form of my voice with is with, like, my partner, or, like, with family members, why I don't have to project at all. It's just, it is extremely low, and I don't even know how I could capture it to actually show you guys how it sounds because you wouldn't, it'd be like, that's weird, you know, if you actually heard my actual voice. Online though, like I use a lot of like projection, like I just like, it just happens naturally though. After a while being around people, and when you make, I would make a lot of videos where I explain stuff, and I did that for years, and then, like, you know, finally got in the streaming thing, and then doing stuff with, like, the Vinesauce and everything. Eventually, like, your voice just kind of, like, balances out, and you can learn how to, put your voice out there as well, and try to, like, you know, smooth out the kinks of your voice, I guess. Supernatural eldritch voice cannot be recorded. Yeah, it's a thing where I'm pretty sure it's a thing with some people where how their voice sounds is entirely based on who they're around. So my voice can actually change in different pitches, and that's something that I could use. I don't. It's you know, that's something that has potential, but I don't even fucking use it. Like I don't. Creator of Sockpot World. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you also have the time to check out my other worlds. Have a wonderful day and be kind to others. They actually managed to make a Baphomet using the images that are available in this game, or through the image hosts that they use. Maybe eventually, the only way I'd be able to actually have you guys hear the deep voice is if I did, and it's something I could do eventually. Because I've done a little bit of voice acting stuff, and I put some of that in, like, the game mods I did, especially for, like, Vinny. The only thing is, like, a lot of those, save for a few of them, were, like, more feminine voices, but I can do, like, I can definitely do a lot lower. So I think if I did, like, eventually I want to just to have it out there, because some people do it, like Desert's done it before, where they'll make, like, these voice packs for people to use in RPGs. And I think I could probably do one for both female and male voices, but for the male voice, it would probably be like a younger male of some sort. I'm also got, it's dissipated a lot since I've been on the internet because I'm someone who's grown up in the South, and I don't know if you guys can hear that at all. Like anything that exists left of being someone who grew up in the South at all in my voice. It may have dissipated enough to where you can't even hear it, but as my Goku impression, I don't think I could scream. Like I'd have to scream. Didn't think you were Southern? Yeah, I was actually I was raised in like North Carolina, and all my family's like from Kentucky and all that stuff. So I'm actually a redneck. I'm a redneck. You hear a voice in your head, but sounds different on recording. Yeah, it does come out. It actually comes out more when I'm around family members. You know, just like I said, the lower register voice. The lower registered voice and the very rednecky sounding voice, That comes out when I'm around family, mainly. So, like, I have to be around people where I don't feel like I have to put an effort in speaking at all. That's why it happens. So, and it actually happens more when I'm around people who are more redneck, which isn't a lot here. Like, when I go up into the mountains and around people my dad used to hang around with, he definitely had, or I should say they definitely had more of a southern thing going on. But, yeah, when I'm around people like that, it does come out. Take a look at this place, Mario. This is better than Brooklyn. Wow, they actually found pictures of Mario and Luigi. Luigi, we are in a little fucking dump. Sorry, I'm like rambling so much. DMCA too, about the voice stuff. I just find it's fascinating though. Yeah, friends sound completely different based on who they speak to. Yeah, I'm the same way. Mine changes. Is this a Joel reference? It's hard to kind of, oh yeah, but it's hard to kind of like line myself up to see it. I think for me doing low voices though, I have to be completely comfortable around the people I'm talking to. And even though a lot of you, I'm comfortable with a lot of you in chat, maybe it might not be an, oh boy. Why? Why would you put, no, I don't want to be reminded. I'm trying to get away from the Twitter drama. Hey there, want to come to my cousin's club? It's called The Clap. Ava Mendez will be there. Ava Mendez. It's like Rubber Ross, who suddenly becomes full Australian after being home for too long. Yeah, he ended up, I was saying he ended up kind of losing his accent after being in America for a while, and then I guess it just comes back to naturally when you're actually in with your folks. That's a really good map. I enjoy. The bulge. Did you see the bulge? Hold on. There's a bulge. Oh my god. Why does he look like? You know what he looks like? He looks like the guy that they use for Fallout. I forgot what he's called. The one dude with the blonde hair, the Vault Boy. He looks like a Vault Boy. What's in his pocket? A bunch of 50s? Or it could be chocolate. What ability, cause it's funny cause when you get the different like abilities in Fallout, I think like Fallout 3, they have different versions of the Vault Boy that represents them. What sort of ability would this, it could be like passive or active, I think. What kind of ability would this one represent? Oh, gonorrhea perk? Yeah. Oh shit. Oh yeah, perks, that's what they're called, perks. The Chad skill. Okay, good map. Let me check. I'm going on an hour already. This is actually taking a lot longer than I thought it would be. Maybe I won't get through. Let's see, Urban Fever. I always underestimate the time that certain stuff will take when I stream because I forget that, you know, tangents that are fueled either by the kind of shit that I bring up or by chat will cause me to go into a thing like for fucking 20 minutes. Let me see, douchebag ability. Disco Dan, you deal plus 15% more damage and a boost in speech and charisma when you wear the Pimp Boy Billion. Oh. Good old Fallout 3. Good old Fallout 3. Let's see, you mentioned this elsewhere, but growing up listening to certain trashy songs while learning English and now your accent is a mess. Oh yeah, that can affect it. I've heard so many stories. A lot of the people that I know that I've become friends with online, I've heard many stories about how they learn English, and a lot of times it is media that they consume that helps them learn English, or stuff online. Like someone learned English, like not only from media, but like internet shit, like reading fan fiction or something. Can sometimes help people learn English, and that could probably influence how you talk in English as well. If you're getting your English from certain sources. Here's this dude here. I've been seeing a lot of these people in these maps, and they look like the kind of so they kind of look like Second Life-ish in a way, but they also look like 3D models that would be in like porn games, like the low quality porn games that you'd see around. Orbs. American kids learning English from Peppa Pig or Bluey. Yeah. Shame you never learned Japanese from watching anime. I know some, but I don't know if anime's really helped. Oh, here we go. Shout out to Vinny Vinesauce for showcasing this game on the Twitch. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be addicted to this wacky fever dream. You won't last 5 seconds? Should I out myself and say that, like, I've seen some funny ass shit in those ads that are like, you won't last this much time if you watch this, and it's like the most wackiest shit ever, like in the porn ad. This is my first map, and I think I want. It's funny. You know what's funny too? When the porn ads show video game characters when you least expect it. Yeah, when it's like fucking like video game models or some shit, and they're promoting their thing, and it's like, what the fuck? It's like, oh yeah, let's show like Chris Redfield, you know, getting fucking plowed. Like you don't expect it. Just I don't even know. I'm sorry for that thought. But yeah, just some of the fucking like ads that are being shown. Don't be afraid to jump over some things. Okay. It's a lot to this map here. They probably just steal video or random porn videos. So up there is a sus in the area. There's a sussy? Dancing with rats. Wow, this is very... I'm actually surprised they had pictures of like Among Us stuff that's being hosted on that picture site, that they could put this in here. Chris getting his boulders smashed. Oh no. There's a lot going on in this map, holy shit. I'll go over there in just a second. Watch out for Pokemon? Okay. This is your car? Cool club for cool humans. Let me make sure I didn't, there's like a lot, holy shit, going on here. So you were thinking of Pilot Red Sun, this style world would be nice for poorly made indie games. Speaking of Pilot Red Sun, I think there's actually a site that has, I seen it recently, that has like, some, might be mini games that Pilot Red Sun has made, but there's some new stuff. So you might see that eventually. What's a sock world without a toilet? And meat near the toilet. Oh god. I didn't even notice that before. Holy shit. Yeah, he's got a problem going on. Wait, is there a crime scene over there? I'm looking. Let me see. There's like stuff hidden in the background. Rats. There's like naked mole rat people down here. Let's see. I'm missing your messages here. We see, often I'll see advertisements for porn games and they say try not to coom, but then when you play the game, it seems like the objective is to coom. So yes, I would call that bad game design. Shigeru Miyamoto. Holy shit. Oh god, there's like, oh, there's so much going on here. More meat! Oh, I can't get in here. But there's a sussy back there that janitor might want to watch out. This one has like a lot of rooms. New brother-in-law. Oh yeah, actually, you know who he looks like? So he looks like the one plumber guy that shows up in the Super Mario's cartoon, like the one where they're getting like it shows up in one of the Mario dubs that Vinny did, but it's like one of the plumber dudes that they end up coming across, and he has this kind of face. I think he's wearing like brown though. Oh, they got a whole train here. All aboard the Kirby train. Holy shit, they made a whole train! Is this Half-Life guy? Is this Gordman? Gordman? I like the people models they're finding that's hosted. Give money, you have to. Wow. What? There's a lot more. Can I actually get back there? I don't think you can. You can only see what's going on through here. Let me see if I can get through. Is there like an open door? No, there isn't. Oh, no, I can't get back there. Okay. Huh. So you had a fever dream that Benny released a new Mario dub a few weeks ago. We should ask, since I doing Chat GPT, maybe I can ask, Chat GPT to, I'm gonna try to do some interesting things with Chat GPT, but it's pretty good at, like, emulating, hypothetical, like, situations that could happen. I mean, just stuff that could happen. This is a pretty good map. Did I go in here? Oh god. Oh, here we go. Here's like more Vinesauce stuff. This like map is really packed in here. Let's see, we got clown. The clown has a pickle penis. Duck's eating oats. A wheel. We got duck. Random dude back here. Green mushrooms. Okay, I actually have to go in the park because I don't. Did I go in the park? There's a park, right? Yeah. So I still need to go into the park. Oh shit, did I get myself stuck? Oh god, that can happen. Let me reload this. If you're not careful when exploring this game, you can actually get stuck on the environment. It's just like flat pictures, but they have collisions, so. Rare Mayros. Oh yeah, the picture! The picture with all the, I didn't even realize there were that many plumbers. There's a dude who looks like Wario. And there's like yeah, it's the tall skinny guy with the light green. He has that like a similar face to the dude I was looking at. Let me see if I can load this again. Does your little VR pet have a name? Which one? The one in, oh, you mean the one in the intro? His name is Jack. He's just called Red Jack. He has different forms too. The little like the red thing. He's based off of if you see the thing that's on my head, it's like a little red jackal gremlin, so like, I have like little robots and things that are based off of it. It has like different forms. Yeah. He's just called Red Jack. If this actually loads, oh, there we go. It had a lot to load. Okay, let's see if I can actually go into the park. Welcome to Meme Park. So we got Kermies. Oh god, there's more! There's so much more! There's a meme store! Holy shit! While you're here, here's some cool pics I found. Oh my god. There's so many cursed Kermits! Why is Kermit... No, actually it looks like it's part of the same picture. Why is Kermit, massacring potatoes? Yeah, I've learned, like, there's some other maps that have cursed Kermits, but, there's a whole map that's just full of, Kermits. I think I've showed it in the past, but... Since this was my first map, I filled this room with some cool pics you found. Oh, there he is again. Harold. Another Ghostie? Oh yeah, it is, I guess it's kind of Ghostie-like, isn't it? What the fuck? it's just like, oh, the Mr. Meesex. Meeseeks? Did I just call him Meesex? Meeseeks? Not Meesex. Another Ghostie. Oh, there's 2 Ghosties in here. Yep, that's definitely Ghostie. Meesex. Did you check out the train station yet? Yep. Pursuing Ben makes his Ghostie joke. All of them are his fault from now on. I haven't explored all the maps in Sok-worlds though, but I wouldn't be surprised, considering some of the maps I've seen before, if it did exist before he did one. Because it's like such an easy thing. Such an easy, like, visual joke to make. It's like the first big meme on the internet. Thank God you don't have to, if you never seen the original, it's good if you didn't, you know, because I was around when we had that fucking thing floating around the fucking internet. Yeah, that definitely, that meme definitely needs Jesus. It needs Jesus. You managed to avoid it. Let's see, there are tons of chat members that learned what Ghostie was from Vinny. Oh, I hope they didn't actually try and look it up. Don't look it up, okay? Do not. Never, never. And I don't even know if that would be allowed on, like, let's have your Google filters off. Do you think Ghostie knows he's famous? I'm sure. If Ghostie is still alive in some form, probably retired. You managed to avoid it. That's good. Daksu. Pickles. I think I've explored almost. Okay, there's aliens. There's more. Oh my god. Is there like a whole cabin? Okay, no, I've seen this. There's just everything in here. Why is there there's a buff bull back there for whatever reason. Okay, I think that's it. It's a lot to this map. Bravo. Very good. It was jam-packed. Okay, and let me go to the next one here. Let me see. You accidentally saw Ghostie for the first time last year. Was cursed for so long. Hopefully you found some good eye bleach for that. DDs Backstreets. I think this one is a smaller one. I might be able to get through some of these other ones. We'll see. And then I'll move to GPT to possibly get it to summon demons or some shit. There's a lot of, I'm learning that there's a lot of interesting shit that you can do with ChatGPT. Someone has it, someone I was following on Mastodon had it like hooked into a thing in some way where he could communicate with it and get it to do operations in Blender by instructing it and asking it to do things. So he had it hooked in like maybe like through text command or something to have it perform like simple operations in Blender to move stuff around. It's really fucking weird. A little city here. This one has a Vinesauce reference. It's very small. I think I get up here. Where is, oh yeah. You gotta like climb up here somehow. There we go. See the little itty bitty, we got Vinesauce, we got Vinny and Joel references here in the corner. Use ChatGPT world building to great effect. Yeah, you have to like do quite a bit of training. I find the training kind of interesting. Like you have to train it quite a bit to get it to do things first. You can't just like throw stuff in there. Okay, there's that. DDs Backstreets, and then let's see, Wizard Tower is the last one that I saw that had a Vinesauce reference in it. And then we'll check out the other ones. Before I'll be taking a little break in between this and Rip Tay. Yeah, I think the Tay stuff is kind of happening with that one supposed AI VTuber. Here's the thing. I have a hard time believing it's fully AI, only because of the history of VTubers ever since Kazuna AI and like many other ones that have existed before. This particular VTuber now that have claimed to be AI controlled. Maybe there is some control, but I'm very skeptical for a reason. Because a lot of VTubing is like performance art. For some people, so you could like claim anything and like, you know, orchestrate stuff to where it could look like it's AI or anything like that, and it's actually not AI. So someone could easily do that and fool people. So I don't know, I'm pretty skeptical when it comes to that stuff, like especially when they're claiming that it can actually do this much stuff. I know with how ChatGPT is, you can do things like, you know, use text commands to get it to do simple tasks, but let's see, you think it's a dude or dudette taking random messages and putting that into AI and putting the response in TTS. Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think is going on, but it's not like, there are VTubers that have been claimed to play that are completely, like people claim they're AI and also using AI to play the game as well, and it's kind of like, I don't know, maybe people are playing along with it, but yeah, I don't know. Knowing how like a lot of those things tend to work behind the curtains, you know, I'm not really, it's hard for me to like fall into it completely. Humans are very gullible. Yeah, they don't do their research. They don't do, I mean, but it helps with like, if they believe it's AI, that's helping with the performance of said VTuber. My only issue is here's the thing about that particular thing is that there's some spicy messages that are supposedly that they're claiming that the AI is coming up and comparing it to when Tay AI was in existence, and you know certain things being uttered that's not cool, right? But they're blaming the AI, and I'm like, yeah, but are they using the AI as a scapegoat, and is it not actually fully AI and they're just saying, oh, it's AI, the AI's doing it? What if it isn't and they're just using it as an excuse? That's what I'm kind of worried about, you know? Is they're trying to blame the AI. I mean, it could be partially, but I don't know. It's such a fucking mess. That's a messy situation. I don't know about that. Joel. We got Vinesauce stuff over here. Let's see. You know, people don't actually think any of these AI programs are actually thinking sentient machines. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be such a messy subject. It's such a messy subject to think. There was a thing that happened in VR chat as well with someone claiming to have and it might be possible in one thing. The only way I could see someone like being able to control a full avatar and get it to do things based on voice commands is like that's a thing that exists. The only way an avatar, like you could claim an avatar is controlled by AI and then have it respond and act to people and react to people is if it's able to respond to voice commands, like certain words, and then those words translate into text, and then that text goes into text commands that are able to, you know, cause the avatar that's, because there's always see stuff in VR chat, so I'm sure through some sort of coding you could probably have it perform like animations that are in response to voice, because there is a thing like that with there's some VR pets. There's like pets that I saw someone develop that's like voice controlled, and they do really simple functions. I could see that being a thing, but like anything that's too advanced, I start to get really skeptical about, because they had like, there's this one avatar that there was a video of it of some girl that's supposedly controlled by AI that was like a bartender or something, and she's able to like serve drinks or perform commands based on that in this particular world. So I don't know, it's hard to really believe it. Like in the thing with the VTuber, the AI VTuber one, is I heard like you know, the people behind that were very vague on the details of how it worked. And I'm like, yeah, if you're not willing to actually explain, it seems kind of like, if you're being way too vague about it, it seems like it's kind of a smoke and mirrors thing. Like, you don't want people to know what's actually going on. Like, it's actually more of a performance than AI. Here we have pizzas. And we have a vine shroom. Also, sorry to muddy things with AI talk. I know it's something that's probably very exhausting for people to hear. It's probably something that's going to be hard to get away from since we're going into the future. Wow, that is a very eldritch looking spider. Holy shit. That looks like a Bloodborne enemy. It looks like those things you encounter in the there's like a research lab, but there's like a forest outside of it, and there's these dudes you encounter that have heads that kind of look like this. I fucking hate those things. Very Bloodborne-like. Biblically accurate spider. I know the AI discussion will probably come again since I'm actually doing ChatGPT, so we'll have fun with it though. We'll try not to get too dystopian with it if I can. Because I know that's not, you know, it could be tiring for people just trying to get away from that sort of stuff. Looks like something from Heavy Metal comic. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Okay. Let me see what else I have time for here. Yeah, it's just, it's so exhausting. Let's see, British Seaside. I just like, honestly, like when it comes to AI stuff, like I try not to rely on it too much. Like there's one particular thing I like doing. I like, you know, usage of tools, like things that are more assistance based where you're doing most of the heavy lifting. Like I like that. If I am doing most of the work, I like that. I don't want the AI to actually take care of stuff for me. Like I've seen people mention, like in terms of like certain tasks, like for instance, if you're a 3D model, doing things like you know, retopology for 3D models and stuff that, like, you know, that would kind of speed up the process. Those things are useful. Like, I'm interested in that kind of stuff. Or things like photogrammetry, where you're still going to need to do most of the work in order to clean up things like that. Like, being able... I'm actually interested in virtualization of real world stuff, because there's a lot of things that gets... Sadly, you know, as someone who likes to collect physical things, I know, like, you know, shit happens to physical stuff. It can get destroyed, or you know, things get lost, or you don't have them anymore. And I'm sort of interested in like the idea of like, you know, like say if you have like if you're a collector that has like a room of stuff, a physical room of like collectibles and things like that, I think it'd be really interesting to like create a digital version, and you would be doing the work, of course, a digital version of your room. And like, you know, be able to virtualize your collectibles and like maybe things you've made by hand and everything like that. I think it'd be cool. That way, like, if you want to escape from reality, you want to go to like a virtual version of your room, you can also have all your like little stuff there as well. And actually, in some way, I like that idea, because if you're a fucking loner in real life like I am, because people get old. You know, we get old and people move away, have different lives, and like we may not have as many friends around as we used to. That happens when you get old. Like that's not the case for everyone, but when you get older, you start realizing that, like, you know, when people have families and, you know, their lives change and they get busy and move away, you don't have as many people around anymore. And so like if you're someone who's like a collector and you love to decorate shit, it almost, you know, and you do that around your house, you like decorating and like putting all cool stuff. What's the point if you don't have people to see it, right? It's just like a museum that collects dust in a way. That's what your collection becomes. It's just like it becomes a thing that no one else gets to see unless you post pictures of it. That's why I like the idea of like creating a VR version of your room, because it would allow, in that way, especially if you put it up in VR chat, if you want to, it would be totally up to you to do it too, like up to your comfort level of doing it. But your empire of dirt. If you wanted to, you want people to actually visit your room with all your collectibles and stuff that you know, your books and your I don't know, action figures or some shit like that, your game collection. Creating a virtual version would allow people from long distance away that would normally not be able to visit you to be able to actually visit you in your room. I find that concept kind of interesting, like virtualizing things like that. Should I think of the era where fuller AI becomes accessible to people and they begin applying AI to Roombas and home assistants? Hobbyist engineers began crafting bipedal robots with maid outfits, especially wealthy individuals on the internet began commissioning them with custom voices synthesized. I don't know. I figure anything's possible in the future, and I'm just like, I'm not trying to get too dimmer about it, because it'll happen. It's gonna happen. You're gonna have to just, I don't know. You personally collect stuff because you like the stuff, not showing stuff. I like the stuff, but I like showing off the stuff as well. Like, I'm someone who likes decorating as well with like, I'm the kind of person, like if I have collectibles, I like being able to situate them on stuff too in a very specific way. Like I have like, you know, all my Resident Evil stuff here, and I have it like organized in a very specific way. And then I have like, I have my mangas over here organized, and like, I have a thing above my computer that's all like Metroid themed. I'm talking about that. Like, you know, I am someone who likes to decorate and show stuff off along with things that I actually like. And there are people, there's nothing wrong with that. There are people who like doing it. Like, hey, come visit my room and, you know, see my collection or whatever. So it's just fun. Like other people have done it too. When I visit, you know, way back when I would visit people's, that's just kind of normal though. I feel when you visit like a friend's house and they have like, they want to show you their stuff. Like I had someone who would collect foreign movies, like horror movies, and he collected like tabletop RPG books. He would actually watch and use that stuff too. He didn't just have it sit around. He would show and share that stuff. That's another thing. Like you're not just letting it collect dust. You're actually like saying, hey, do you want to like even if you have a statuette that someone else doesn't have, if someone visits your room, you'd be like, hey, look at this. Like, you know, I have this thing, you can look at it, you could touch it if you want, like, since you didn't get to have it, or, you know, there's these, like, I don't fucking know. People like sharing stuff, like sharing what they have when people visit, you know. It becomes like a conversation thing. You'd like a VR comic book reader with turntable pages that would be easier to store your collection. That's already something people have developed for VR chat, not like, fully, but I've seen books. I've seen like books with like so many odd pages in them that you can actually you pick up the book item and it'll like it has like pages that you can turn. It's actually something that's not too hard to do. Like it's almost like, you know, they kind of have it down. I've seen like when I was doing VCAT, they had like pamphlets and stuff that you could actually pick up and turn the pages. You can read that way. That'd be a really cool way to like digitize your books too. As well. Holy book is nicer than ebook. I have issues. I have a lot of books, but I also have issues reading them because just vision and at least with text, I get a little dyslexic when reading like actual text when I have it like when I'm looking down or reading it. Sometimes having stuff on the screen is easier for me. Okay, let me get to the next map here because I'm going on a tangent. British Seaside. Look at that. Let's see. With the whole hey, you don't own this book and stuff, piracy is an issue there. With digitizing it, maybe. I don't know, but then like, then you're going into like questioning, you know, if people should be allowed to use ROMs and stuff too. I support emulation and archiving of I don't know. I just it's such a gray area because I still support even if people don't own like if they don't own the copyright of like a game or something, but they physically have it and they can archive it in like a digital way. I feel it's important because there was this discussion that came up in Vinny's stream the other day about how people mentioned there certain mechanisms in older game consoles just like not working anymore, and certain things with cartridges not working. I don't know how much you'd have to I don't know how much you would have to fucking use your cartridges in order for them to just completely like be unusable though. Like how many times are you like how much are you using those older game consoles for the mechanisms to just completely go kaputs? I don't know. But yeah, I guess that's the thing that happens, and so I kind of feel like, and also a lot of shit just gets lost. A lot of like physical stuff gets lost. I like collecting physical stuff, but I feel it's important so that, like, you know, there's a way to, like, you know, if people have physical items and they have a way to also archive it digitally too, it's kind of just the only issue of supporting the artist who made the art. Like, if you bought a copy of Scott Pilgrim, you'd still want Brian Lee O'Malley to get a cut of the proceeds. Oh, yeah, I can understand that. I would say, well, then, here's the thing, though. If you this was something that came about having people, like, record stuff off the radio with tapes. You know, this is an issue. You know, is it legal to record music off the radio and make a tape and give it to someone? Or is it legal to have someone visit your room and read manga that you own? Like, is that okay? Because it's gonna end up happening. Like, is sharing your stuff with people who visit your house, you know, is sharing your stuff, like, is watching a movie in your living room with other people okay? As long as someone buys it, it's okay. But then, like, you know, people might question, oh, well, that thing is missing out on money that person, you know, those multiple people who are sharing with the thing. I don't know. It's a topic that's talked about a million times. I don't think I need to go over it. That's why they're trying to turn everyone in anti-social cave goblins. Remember when we used to be able to share our computer games with the whole family? And now everyone has to buy their own copy of the game. Like, everyone in the household has to buy their own individual copy of the game now. Of computer games. You can barely find physical computer games. They don't sell them physically anymore anyways. I will say, as someone who grew up on, who didn't have much, like, I had an NES for a long time, and I would go to friends' houses to be able to experience games that I couldn't, you know, I didn't have access to myself for various reasons. If it wasn't for that, and also emulation when I was younger, I would not have been exposed to a lot of stuff that I have, like, you know, now. And that translated, here's the thing, my enthusiasm for games because of being exposed to it when I didn't have access to it myself, when I was younger and I couldn't buy it myself for various reasons, like, you know, parents being restrictive and just not wanting to buy that stuff, or just being religious and everything like that, you know. If it wasn't for those people exposing me to those games, like either through like arcades or playing at their houses or anything like that, I would have been less, I wouldn't have known a lot of stuff. And that translated to me actually buying stuff when I actually got money. When I actually started working and had money, I actually bought stuff. And I bought stuff I already played. Like, yeah, just because you share stuff with people doesn't mean, like, they're not gonna, like, that's not gonna, I don't know. I don't think it's a good thing to think that, oh, because you're sharing stuff with people, they're not gonna buy that item, that's a loss. Because that might actually translate into people being fans of something and buying a lot, because that's what happened to me. Like, I got interested in stuff like that people would let me borrow, or things that they would share with me, and that turned into like a hobby or an interest, and like, I would get passionate about it, and like, passion turns into buying stuff. So, New Girl is useless. No one wants to work anymore. They're always laying us down. What? My old bones can't climb anymore. I do hope the lift is fixed soon. It's supposed to be let's pour us another one, sugar tits. I haven't heard the word sugar tits in a long time. Actually, I wanted to bring up the virtual room thing though. As someone who's been exposed to death, like for both parents, at least the ones that raised me, I still have one more parent, but the two that raised me are dead. And I've had to deal with like handling a lot of their physical belongings. And that stuff ends up, you know, not staying or being dispersed. And I kind of had a thought that it would be nice to actually make a virtual version of like say if I made a virtual version of my room that would exist after I'm dead. That way people could visit it. Some people think that concept is creepy, but I would, if the person themselves, if the person that, you know, before they have died, it allows it, you know, I don't see an issue with it. Like, I would want to create a virtual space with, maybe with my avatar in it and, like, you know, a lot of my hobbies and stuff and certain things I own virtualized in a VR room. And if something happened to me, you know, people could still visit it. It would be preserved in some way. Some people want their ashes turned into a necklace or dildo, so everyone's got different, levels of creepy. Yeah, when my dad passed away, I had some family members that wanted to do the necklace thing, which I actually, in some ways, I feel that carrying around a, you know, part of someone's body is a little, you know what, it's their choice. I'm not into it, really, but, like, you know, if they feel that that brings them comfort, that's fine. There's no privacy, should just gone in the sea. That's a lot of stuff in here. Cat room? Reminds me of like a VR chat world with all the different like rooms and stuff. Like kind of like the New Year's Eve map, which was like a city. And then they had all these like little rooms that were like booths for different stuff. Uh-oh, I got stuck. Here, we'll look at the cats first before I should try the mashed potato in a jar. I love thick milkshake. What does this have to do with cats? Cat room. You swear you heard of Ashes as a dildo story? Oh, there was a recent one. If we want to make things a little, hold on. Was that Urban? Urban. No, not Urban Fever. British Seaside. This might be the last one I do because, this is taking a lot longer than I thought it would because I'm going in a tangent about a million things. Hi, Einhunter. How you doing? Okay, yeah, the dildo story. There was something involving, I don't know what it was specifically, but someone had their boyfriend's ashes in a metal dildo that they carried around. What the fuck happened to it? If you guys heard that story, it was like a recent one too. Like someone stored their lover's ashes in like a because it was his favorite place. The dildo? I don't understand that. What, did he use the dildo? That's the thing. Her ass. Oh. I just got it. Thank you for reminding me. Let's see, it reminds me of the game series Vinny played with Betrayal at Club Low as part of it. Oh, yeah. I like the vibe of those games. What was the previous game by that dev? It was like I think it was the hotel that dev made. I love the vibe of it. It was a real ash hole move. I don't know. Would you feel okay shoving like your lover's ashes in your ass? I don't know. I don't know a lot of people who would feel okay about that. Tales from Something City. There was actually I think it was like, oh, actually he played quite a few of their games. I'm thinking like the first one. There was a hotel game that they made that was really good. Well, like way back. Oh, they got an aquarium in here. Imagining being the new lover in that situation. The pizza one was like, I feel like the second game they made. They made a hotel one. You'd have to be like an older viewer. It would be Legal Necro. Oh, no. Oh, no. No, no, no. Can we go to a funny map here? I'm gonna go to one. Oh, Norwood. Yeah, yeah. That's one. What'd you think of that 3D arcade sim? The coin one? Are you talking about the coin game? Because I have it and I played it. I think I streamed a little bit of it. Yeah, I really love that. Oh, I fucking love it. I got so addicted to, what is it? There's a game where you, oh, I guess it's the game where you drop coins in, like in that game. There's an arcade game in the core game where you drop coins or things down into it where it pushes the coins and you get like these little cards. I got fucking addicted. Let's see, the game has evolved so much since you last saw it. I've been meaning to get back to it, but there's been so many things and I get busy, so it's like I forget to like revisit games after they've been updated. I fucking love that game though. It has like a story mode and everything in it, and I haven't even tried that out yet. So let's see, you play one of those at the boardwalk in Santa Cruz. Oh, Dunko. It was called Dunko. I tried to actually play those games in real life, like whenever I go to the arcade, and of course I don't have as much luck. The one in the coin game though is like broken and addictive if you kind of learn how to work it. So let's see, they're getting very popular. There's actually YouTubers who cover like arcade games and do mostly those. Like they're legit, like they're just straight up YouTubers who focus mainly on like coin pusher arcade games. It's kind of crazy. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna choose, it's getting kind of, I'm gonna go to a break soon. So I guess I'm still gonna have a lot I haven't gone through. If by chance Vinny happens to go through this list, because it's like the newer maps, you might be able to see some of these before I get back to them again. But I still have like quite a list here, like definitely more than 10 maps. And if it takes as long as it did today, I can do another Sok-worlds stream until there's enough content again to check out. Let me see. Claw Games YouTubers, yeah, there's that too. Let's see, whenever you die in coin game, the end cutscenes are always so hilarious. Seriously, it's just worth a mission for the survival mode. Yeah, I gotta check that out. Let's see, Brittle Moose's videos pre-pandemic explored arcades for a bit. He got addicted to coin pushers with cards. Yeah, they're good. Let's see, pre-pandemic was hitting those arcade YouTube channels pretty hard. Then they all died. Yeah, there's a few that still survive. I may have mentioned that one major one that I'm really sad about ended up dying here and being replaced with like some fucking NFT gallery that they had a physical thing for. It was called GameWorks in Seattle. GameWorks is fucking dead now. Thankfully, I got a chance to go in. I have some pictures of it, video. I think in 2021 when I was streaming, I showed some stuff of it because I went there for, I used to go there for a birthday. Like whenever I have my birthday coming up, and now I can't fucking go there on my birthday because it's fucking dead. We've got some barcades around here if they're still alive. What I might do is in February, I usually like going to Seattle. I'll have to see if there's still any arcades that are left in Seattle that I can go to, that I can actually get to, that's not too far. Because that was my big thing. I love going to arcades on my birthday. At least they'll always be alive in Japan. Love going to the big claw game places they have when you visit. Yeah, the Sega, I heard the Sega game arcades, I know that they were making some changes because of the economy there. They were changing some things about the way they work, but at least they're still around. So I don't know, I guess in some ways they're still more popular there, which is good. Okay, let me go to one more. I'm going to a funny map. I didn't include it in the list, but it made me laugh yesterday. Don't worry, it's safe, but it's just funny that this was a thing. This had like 34 likes, I think. It's called Colossus something. Colossus Parkour. You came all the way over here just to meet the Colossus? You sure you can make it up there? I bet they're in love with the Colossus. So yeah, this map I saw had 34 likes and I checked it yesterday and it's a giant buff man with I don't know why he has broccolis. He's holding a tree and he has a hot dog penis. Yeah, it's just, you know, one of the many things that you can get to. I don't even know if I can get up there. Yeah, Weeder, yeah. Holy shit. He's so high up you can't even see his face. I don't even know if I can get up here because platforming in Sok-worlds is rough. It's very rough. There's no way to set up checkpoints or anything. You're just, if you fall, you just gotta go all the way. You gotta go all the way back down. And then there's a random griffin that's just stabbed into his leg. Here we go on top of the hot dog. Please don't fall. Stop wars? Oh shit. It's hard to, I've always been bad with first-person platforming because with me, it's kind of hard to determine where exactly I'm jumping. And then I end up panicking and I move and then I like fall off. I've always had that issue. Songs kind of remind you of Bugsnax. Yeah, they have like a limit. Oh my god, stop falling. If I don't get this, it's already like 2 hours in. So one more try. And if I don't get it, I'll go on a break and switch to GPT. There's like a limited amount of music that you can use when you make maps. So they all kind of use the same, what, like 3 songs. God damn it. Oh well. I don't think there's anything that important up there. There's a pizza up there. That's pretty much it. Can't even see this dude's face. It's just like way up there. So like this is easier with double jump. Yeah, if only. I don't know if they'll ever update this game though to add like more options for movement. It's pretty basic. All right, guys. I'm gonna go on a break for just a little bit and switch over to Chat GPT and see what kind of voodoo we can do with that fucking thing. See how hard we can like troll it into doing shit that we want to get it to do. So I will be right back in just a bit, so stay tuned.